Hello? You hear me? Hello? Aha. You hear me? I just heard myself. Okay. How is everybody doing today? We're back. We are back in the kitchen. What a difference a day makes. We are a lot more organized. Okay. Let me get where I can see your comments. Who do I have here? I don't see any comments so far. I'll put this up here where maybe I can keep my eye on it. Because I don't see any comments so far. Well, there's Ronnie Lynn. Hi, Ronnie Lynn. Okay, so we're going to be multitasking today, okay? Hi, Christina Patterson. All right, multitasking. So, organized today. You're going to love it. So, today we are doing the homemade clam chowder and Garten's Cheddar Dill Cornbread. I've never made it, but it sounds fantastic. Hi, Sandy. Hi. Well, thank you. I say it makes everything taste better. Okay? Even if you're in the kitchen by yourself and you're only cooking for yourself, it'll taste better. So, Garten's Cheddar Dill Cornbread. I've never made it. We're going to start with, well, we're kind of going to do a little bit of everything, right? Because that's what you do in the kitchen. You don't want in the kitchen just make one thing. You're generally making a few things, okay? So I already have the bacon chopped and in our big pot. And I'm going to start cooking that right now. Okay, we're making Garten's Cheddar Dill Cornbread, and we're making Emerald Lagasse's Clam Chowder. And I've never made Emerald's, and I'm not going to make it exactly the way Emerald says to. So, bam, Emerald, bam. I'm going to do my own thing. This is my kitchen, Emerald. This is my kitchen. Just deal with it, Emerald. Just deal with it. You're probably going to try my version yourself. So, all right. We're way more organized today. So, we're going to start off. I got you at the good angle. Can you see what I am doing here? Here. We've got our pan for our cornbread. I've already started putting the butter in it. I've got the oven heated up. Okay. This cornbread, I don't know if it is it's the same way for every cornbread. Cornbread's not something that I make a lot of, but I love dill, and so maybe that'll change after this. Okay, I think it's good and greasy. So like I said, I don't know if cornbread is generally kind of done in a couple parts. In this one, we're gonna make it and mix it up, and then we're gonna let it sit for 20 minutes. Which, I mean, that's fine. We got other stuff to do. But you know, I didn't know that that's the way cornbread rolled, if you will. Okay, so get you back down here. I was gonna try to I have this thing, that's got like a clamp on it and a clamp on the other end, and this kind of wiry kind of snake neck or something that you can kind of bend it and do it. And I almost thought about mounting it right on here. And then I thought, no, with my luck, something would happen because I'm in California, like an earthquake or something, and my phone would fall off right into the soup. So no, not so much. So, all right, here's what we're about to do. So we already have our 3 cups of all-purpose flour and a cup of yellow cornmeal, and to that we're going to add a 1/4 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of kosher salt. Okay. And we're just going to kind of mix that up. Alrighty. Going to combine it. There we go. And I can hear that bacon sizzling. So let's put that around. Okay. Now, separate bowl. You've got to like their dry and wet ingredients separate, but we're going to, in this one, we're going to put 3 large eggs. You guys seeing everything okay? Hi, Lethargy. How are you? Hi, Trish Edwards. Right now, we are doing the first part of our Garten Cheddar Dill Cornbread, because then we have to let the batter, I guess, if you will, we have to let the batter sit for 20 minutes, and that's okay, because then we're going to be busy with Emerald Lagasse's Clam Chowder. So, let's beat these eggs kind of slightly and lightly. And I will post these recipes in the comments and, you know, the links for them. And I'll probably also do another post with the links for them, just like I did yesterday for the carrot cake, all right? So, now we're going to add our, I've got some butter here. 2 sticks of butter that I have melted. And it wants the eggs, the butter, and the milk. Oh, God. There goes my sink again. There goes my sink again with too many dishes. And I want to wash them really fast. All right. We got our 2 cups of milk. There, we rinse this off in case we need it, and we are going to need it. Oh, we are. Well, I guess I could use my little measuring cups too, but man. All right, here's that bacon going. For those of you that came in late, I already started the bacon. The Emerald says that's our first step. So we're going to mix this up. And then, and again, who remembers yesterday, the carrot cake recipe told us do not over mix, right? need it. And this is saying the same thing. It says to use a non-stick spatula or a wooden spoon. Don't over mix it while we add flour and our cornmeal, our sugar, kosher salt, and our baking powder. Yeah, it's one of them. Okay. I know that much. It's one of them. And you know what? Today, I don't care what anybody says. Oh, golly. I'm going to rinse some of that stuff off while I can. All right. Now, where's my little spoon? Don't overmix. Don't overmix. I'm not overmixing. Everybody, relax. It doesn't want me to overmix, but it wants me to make sure nothing's lumpy. My neighbors are going to be in for a treat, for sure. Oh, Ryan says cornbread goes good with chili too. Yeah, I don't like chili. You probably won't see me make that, but that is a big thing, right? To have cornbread with chili. I think the cornbread kind of offsets the heat of the chili a little bit. So, what do you guys think about that? I don't want to overmix it. Oh, Ina Garden says don't do that. I think that's pretty good and mixed up. Christina says cornbread and stew. So that's a good combination, right? Just made a big pot of homemade stew not that long ago. So in the winter, generally, and I mean, yeah, I know technically it's already, right? It's already turned over to spring, at least here. But in the winter, I will generally make one pot of something really big that I can share and that I can freeze. So this is the last batch of super stew that I'm making. And but so far this year I made split pea, homemade roast beef stew, the homemade turkey noodle, because I used the chicken noodle. I used the turkey leftovers from Thanksgiving. A war wonton soup, and clam chowder. I guess that's what I did this year. Okay, that's coming along pretty good. So now I need to look at the time, and what do clams taste like then? Chewy. I would say they have a very, it's a, seafood, but I would say it has a very mild seafood taste. And, I'm doing Emerald Lagatti's clam chowder. I'm altering it. But Emerald said, use real clams. Oh, that reminds me. That's another thing that I made. I made a course, I can't think of the name of it now. It's like a seafood stew with clams and mussels and prawns and crab legs and cioppino. I made a cioppino. That was the other pot that stuff that I made. That's a big, really big classic. It's an Italian dish, really, but really big in San Francisco. A lot of the really big restaurants have it on their menu. But I would say Emerald wanted to use fresh clams in it. I'm not doing that much because I don't think anybody else is going to do that much either. I think if anybody wants to make this, they're going to do what I did. They're going to go buy the cans of the Snow's clams, right? But to me, it's a very mild seafood taste. Okay, so I'm going to let this cornbread mixture sit for 20 minutes because that's what Ina says to do. Okay, we're gonna leave it at now we gotta add the 2 cups. Oh, I'm glad I looked over here. Now we need to add 2 cups of grated cheese. We gotta leave some for the top. Okay. We want to throw some in the top of it. Those are 2 cups. I'm going to put some more over here, so on the top. And it says it wants the fresh dill, and I chopped up that fresh dill today, and I love dill. I love it. I love it. Mix that in. Well, it's starting to look like something, isn't it? Can I make something with eggplant sometime, Annette? Probably not, Ronnie, because I don't like it. And you're not here to eat it. And then I'd be stuck with it, and it probably wouldn't even taste good because I don't like it. So let's not do that. Why don't you make it and show the rest of us how? Then you can eat it instead of it being stuck in my kitchen. It being stuck with some old eggplant. Okay. All right. Oh, hello, Mary Pizzazz. You are back. Okay. 20 minutes now. I'm going to start the timer again. All right. And I already got the oven on. Let's see, I even printed these this time so I wouldn't be messing with the phone. I already have the oven on, and I got the pan buttered. And all right, so let's move on to Emerald Clam Chowder that we've altered a bit. You can just go sit right over there, little Miss Ma'am. And so we got the bacon, and we're stirring it occasionally. We did that. And now we're going to add our onions, our carrots, our celery. So I'll show you what my non-assistant did. Carrots. Celery. This is about 2 cups of carrots, 2 cups of celery. I'm making a big batch. We're going to sharing it. Okay. Onions. Oh, these onions, they deserve a promotion. They were so serious about their little job, about being onions. My eyes was watering. Yeah, you were, and I love onions. I love them. I love them. I love them. Okay, I'll tell you how I feel about this. I just don't tell you how I feel about this. I just think that there should be something in there with those veggies and that bacon. And so I'm gonna remedy that. And I'm gonna put damn butter in there because nobody's ever gonna complain about that. Nobody's gonna complain about any butter. That right now. So that's the way I feel. Have a paper towel. Christina says, Chip, when cutting onions, have a paper towel next to the cutting board when cutting and you won't cry. Yeah, I've heard all kinds of different tips about that. Normally, because I love onions so much, normally I would be crying tears of joy that it was so strong. But since I didn't get to eat it raw, like on a taco or something, I've also heard if you put a piece of bread in your mouth while you're cutting, that's helpful too. Like I said, I love a strong onion. I really like raw diced onions on my tacos and burritos. And this stuff got me good. Okay. So, what you want now, Emerald? What do you want now, Emerald? So, now he wants us to add some salt, not some kosher salt, and I'm not going to measure it. I'm going to, this is why I like cooking. I'm going to add it for what I think is right, because potatoes in particular, and of course there's potatoes in clam chowder, potatoes in particular, need a lot of seasoning, right? Take a lot of salt and whatnot. So I don't like my stuff bland. That's not what I'm about. I don't like it. So now he wants some cayenne pepper, and he wants Tabasco later on. So spicy. Which is probably where the cornbread's gonna be okay. I'll put a little bit of cayenne pepper in here. Whenever I use cayenne pepper in anything, it makes me feel like I'm down on the bayou. Okay? I don't know why, because I've never been down on the bayou, but it makes me feel like I might want to go there. Or maybe like I've been there before. All right. So, in there. And what else you want, Emma? Cayenne. So sorry. And some and a bay leaf. Want the old bay leaf in there, okay? So, Ronnie said, "Oh, I should wear scuba goggles or swimming goggles." So, Christina says, "There's swimming goggles when I cut the onion." I'm telling you, it normally wouldn't bother me, but today it got me so good. Alrighty. I'm not really convinced that that's enough cayenne. Oh. What does Emerald say? Bam, Emerald. Bam, 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 Emerald. Bam. Won't be good and spicy. Okay, so got that. And since we're gonna cook till those things are good and soft, I probably should put the pan on it. Let you guys take a look at what's going on in there. Anything like that? That's what we got going on. Put you back over here. Where you belong. And I'm gonna put this whole thing on there and let it do what it do. Now, this really doesn't take long to cook. I'm really actually kind of surprised. Let's see what time it is. Because next up, I don't know why I had to mess with so much flour again after that flour and powdered sugar explosion in my kitchen yesterday. I did not approve that message, nor did I appreciate it. So, I got it cleaned up. And yeah, so we're gonna have to stir in some flour in just a few minutes. So, now some of you yesterday said that you're actually going to try to bake that. Get our cornbread pan out. Cutest pan in the world. Look at that. Just makes me happy. So, some people said they're actually going to try to make that carrot cake. I know Ronnie Lynn won't. Maybe you can throw some old nasty eggplant in it instead of carrots, huh? Who thinks that they might actually try to make this clam chowder and this cheddar dill cornbread? Anyone? Anyone? While we wait for that, Ronnie Lynn said she would watch me do dishes, so have fun, Ronnie. I'm gonna do something. I'm not Ronnie Lynn. See, you gotta be careful what you wish for. Put my whisks up. You said you'd watch me wash dishes. Well, bam! Look how it came back around for you. Who thinks that they might try to make this clam chowder? Really? I'm surprised that it doesn't take very long. I generally like to shoot these things. Woo! That is hot water. I'll tell you what. Woo, 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 woo. See that steam coming up? Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, you modify. Listen, Emerald, you'll see when I post the recipe. Emerald wanted corn in his. Well, I'm not really a fan, so I left it out. Oh my gosh. Oh, did it? Now this one that has the onions in it. Oh, good. Goobly goop. Good goobly goop. Okay. This one that has the onions in it, we're going to let that really. Even though I put wax powder. See, I'm traumatized by that powdered sugar. Even though I put wax paper down there underneath it, sometimes plastic, Rubbermaid, what have you, will hold on to the smell of things, right? So we want to take care of that. Okay. Because you want to know why? Because I have my phone. It's really cool, like drying rack that's right over my over my kitchen sink, and I had the phone propped on it so I could read the messages. And so when I was putting stuff in the drying rack, and yeah, it came down. So I'll just have to be more mindful of that. Let me see if I can figure it out there. Maybe drop it. Okay. So let's take a look at what's going on over here. Our cornbread mix has it's just about ready for us to put it in. And I think those veggies are getting soft. Let's take a look. It's a big whip on. What do you think? That look like they're getting a little bit softer. Okay. I'm gonna put that back there. And here's what we're going to do. We are going to switch recipes. Back to old Ina's. And we are going to scoop this into our baking pan. Okay. Get in there. Get in there. Alrighty. Oof. That's really going to stick to that bowl. I'll get hot water in that. Nothing worse than batter stuck to a bowl. That's a big bowl. Hold on. Tell you what, I really love see-through glass bowls, see-through glass mixing bowls. I just love them. But you had better get every single thing off that bowl when you wash it, because it is not forgiving at all. Okay, we're going to spread this around. Okay. And we're going to add the rest of our cheese to the top. Okay. We'll need this in a minute. Okay. And this is now going to go into the oven. 30 to 35. See you later. 30 to 35 minutes. Whew, we are moving right along. Yeah, cornbread. I hope it's good. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh yeah. We are doing everything we're supposed to do. So we can put Ina away. 35 minutes. Let me take a look here. 2:39. Okay. 3:09. Let me set a timer for that. I really gotta get my little digital timer again. Okay, got it. Alrighty. And now we're back. So now it says Emma wants us to stir in the flour. So I've got half cup of flour. I want us to stir that in until it starts to thicken. Might take it a minute to thicken because oh boy, look at that steam. Look at that steam. Oh, well, I think it's starting to thicken. What do you guys think? Yeah? All right, Emma, what do you want us to do now? Now he wants us to stir in some clam broth mixture. Well, save a little bit of the clam juice. So we'll put that in there. Oh gosh, I can't turn you. I cannot turn you. Okay. Some clams, I got kamikaze clams. Stir that up. Definitely doing something there. And then well, Emma, I think you left something out. Okay. I don't know what Emma's talking about. But I know we gotta add some liquid. I swear there's something missing from this recipe because he also wants 4 cups of water and 2 cups of chicken broth, but doesn't tell me when to add it. But the potatoes are coming next, so we got to get it in there. I'm not going to use chicken broth because this is clam chowder. I'm going to use a vegetable broth. And remember, I made this bigger than it needed to be. This. Now, what I'm going to do to add another layer of flavor to this is, because it's just vegetable broth, and he wanted chicken broth, and I didn't want to do that. What I have is they make seafood bouillon cubes, okay? Can you see that? So I'm going to put those in there to add just some depth to it. I do have chicken broth base flavoring, but it didn't feel like that's what I wanted that flavor to be like, okay? Hold on a second. We are going to, just a minute, turn that heat up a little bit. I'm going to bring the potatoes out. Bring the clams out. I'm going to get one more container of vegetable broth. We not use it all, but there are a lot of potatoes. And I definitely want to make sure that we've got enough liquid in there. And we have to pour some cream or half and half in there in a bit. And we're going to add some fresh ground pepper. Okay. We can even add a little Himalayan sea salt. Okay. Oh boy. It is cooking. We want to get that kind of boiling. Take a look. Oh, what it's doing there. Got it? I'm going to drop my camera. Oh, Lord have mercy. Something's on the bottom of that burner. Bear with it. Bear with it. Hold on. It's exciting, isn't it? Now, oh, everybody's thumbs and ups. Thank you, people. Thank you. All right. So we're going to get that boiling. so we can add those potatoes. Well, you know, some people legitimately don't thumbs up until it's done. So somebody kind of reminds us. Maybe some people don't thumbs up at all. I don't know. We don't worry about it because we want those old thumbs up to be legit, right? Well, then it is easy to just grab stuff. You know, especially if you don't have kids or the kids are already grown, right? It's just easier to grab a little something on the run or buy things that are quicker to to make and prepare. So you don't have a lot of fun and a lot of fuss. But the thing that I like about making like a big pot of something like this is I can freeze it. I can share it. I can freeze it, and then especially like I really like flippy soup. And so then when I'm craving it, and I mean espresso is okay. I'll do espresso for sure. Um, if it's all I have, but if I have some flippy or something like that in the freezer, I can just grab a container, and I got this really great containers off of Amazon. I'll show you in just a second. But that's what I like about making. If I'm gonna to make something kind of big in a pot like this that I can freeze, so that if I have like an extra deep freezer, so that the next time around I'm just pulling it out of the freezer. Like I only have to go through this once, like once a year, right? Because it's not like I crave it every month or anything like that. Okay, so let that finish boiling. Oh, I should probably turn off that fan. Couldn't I? Probably turn off that fan. There's all that noise. Probably just crack a window. It was a bit rainy earlier, but now it's turning into a really nice day. So I'm gonna let that finish boiling, and we'll take a quick peek at the cornbread. Doesn't look like it's doing much of anything right now. And potato. Let's see what we still need to look at our time. So a lot of times I'll look at a bunch of different recipes, okay? And one recipe told me to add thyme. So sometimes what I'll do, I'll just I end up like mishmashing like 3 or 4 recipes together. So I got that, put that over here. Put that away. Steamed veggies are tasty. I will agree with that. I really love veggies. I'm not much of I'm not much of a fruit or even like a sweet eater at all. I never really have been. I would much prefer savory, something really savory, and I just love salad. Of course, I really like a salad that's got some meat on it. I like Cobb salad. I like fajita salad, taco salad. My friend's birthday is this weekend, and we always go to Brian Lynn says they don't belong. Yeah, she's still hung up on the carrots being in the carrot cake from yesterday. So my friend's birthday is this weekend, and we always go to a escape room. And so last year we almost got through it, and then we didn't quite. And so my friend does not want to move on to the next room until we've conquered the one that we didn't finish. So we're going to like a barbecue place. I like things cooked on the grill, but I don't really like barbecue sauce at all. And I don't understand why people murder their burgers and put barbecue sauce on it. I don't get it. I'm like, that burger just died twice. So we're going to a barbecue place, and I was like, oh gosh. I mean, it's their birthday, so they can pick where. But they have a tri-tip salad, so I think I'm gonna try that. Yes, so Christina, yeah, and you're right, Mary, Lady Cook. You can't go wrong with a carrot cake. It generally everybody likes it, right? So we're still waiting for that broth to boil. So I'm not going to blame me if I did the dishes. Everybody who was with me yesterday knows I was freaking out because my kitchen was a hot mess when we were done. But at least want to soak some things and wash others. I've just always been a clean as you go kind of cook. It feels better to me. I don't necessarily think that people who have dishes and dishes and dishes and dishes and dishes and dishes and pots and pans sit in their sink. I don't think that they're lazy. I think that they didn't clean as they went, and then they ate dinner or whatever. And who wants to clean a kitchen on a nice full belly? Nobody. I don't. So I just prefer to go along. And that's just how I've always been. And then when I'm done cooking, I'm like, wow. I mean, there might be one pot in the sink soaking like this soup pot probably will be, but everything else is put away. So, and yes, Christina, I do remember that book that Jerry Seinfeld's wife wrote, because their kids would not eat vegetables, and so she figured out how to put them in like pizza crust and brownies of all things, right? Hold on, let me get some containers. These are some containers I was talking about that I got through Amazon. I've had to buy tons of them because I'm always sharing soup and stuff with the neighbors, and I love it. But they're very cool. They're big. And they freeze beautifully. And as a matter of fact, there used to be a Chinese restaurant that I really loved going to. And of course, I love raw wonton soup anyway. Up there. And when I would get takeout or delivery from them, that's what the war wonton soup would come in. And so I was always just like, oh, bonus, bonus. That's a bonus. Okay. Here, what this wants to do, I'm going to go ahead and put our potatoes in, okay? Whoa. That is a big, heavy bowl, I'll tell you that. Oof. Of potatoes. Let that really, whoa. Start to kind of boil on that, okay? And what? Oh, do you? Because she has a local store that sells them. I think that the price is pretty good on Amazon. I mean, I don't know. Of course, there's a difference in Canadian and U.S. money anyway, right? I don't know. Depending on if I get them on sale, I might spend $15.99 for 25 of them. So, oh boy, that cornbread is doing something good. Let's take a look how much time we have left on our timer. 25 minutes. 10 minutes. 25 minutes. Yes, Christina, that's why I really like them, because they are so good to freeze soup. So, and Emma's going to want to add some of this cream. Half and half cream. Some of that ready. I don't like to leave this stuff out like that. Those back away. These old enormous refrigerator. Because it's really getting nice. Okay. So we have a few minutes while we wait for that soup to do what it's doing. Oh, you got a bottle of wine. Well, I had to get, I don't like red wine, but I had to buy one for, the beef stew. So I just got a cheap bottle, right? And then I noticed that a couple clam chowder recipes, for whatever reason, called for Worcestershire sauce. Well, I don't keep that in the house. It's not something I like. It's not something that I use. And so I went online and I looked up what can you substitute for Worcestershire. And it said like miso paste, oyster sauce, and I thought, that's kind of strange. And then it says, or red wine. And I thought, oh good, I can get rid of this stuff. So, thank you, Christina Patterson. I make those, So, let's put over here what we don't need. And we got just a few minutes before that, before we can take that cornbread out and see what that soup is doing. The cornbread is looking really, really good, by the way. We'll just dry this. So what is everybody up to for the rest of their day or their evening? always like to have a little chat. You know, that's why people like to have like an island in the kitchen, right? Because they can have friends or family sit right there while they're cooking, and they don't have to feel like they're missing out on anybody. Thank you. Thank you, Christina. I make them all kinds of different colors, as you know. Those ones are kind of like a teal. I don't know how easy that is for you to see. The teal, kind of green. But anyways, so what? Oh, hers is never open long enough to need a stopper. Yeah, I heard a lot of people. A lot of people tell me. I heard somebody today said, I never have any left. I never have any wine left. And I thought, oh, well, yeah, that's why some people like to drink wine, because they can open a bottle and say, well, we've got to finish this now, right? But the stoppers are actually, it's a pretty universal size. So it fits, I don't drink hard alcohol, but it'll fit the majority of hard alcohol bottles. And then I had one client that actually took some of those just kind of pretty decorative glass bottles and filled them up with either extra virgin olive oil and put herbs in some of the bottles and did some with like vinegar and stuff, and then used the wine stoppers, did like a set of 3, ordered a set of 3, and had the wine stoppers on top of the olive oil bottles in their fridge. I mean, in their kitchen and stuff. Okay. Good. Timer. Good. Got some of that done. So, better. Better indeed. A lot of bowls today, ladies and gentlemen, whoever's here. Let me take a look. Where's the timer? 4 minutes. Take a look at it. It's coming. It's coming. What we're going to do when that timer goes off, of course, we're going to put a knife in it and to see if it comes out clean, right? Let's see if these potatoes are boiling. Not quite. I always think when they have a really fast cooking time on some of the soups and things like that, I think that they probably have gas stoves, which I like, but I don't have here. And I always think to myself, oh, it cooks so fast because you have a gas stove. What do you guys prefer to cook with? I prefer a gas stove. So it's always awkward, right, when you're transitioning from one to the other. Like when I buy a place and have a gas stove put in, I'm going to burn a lot of stuff until I get used to having that to cook with. But that's my preference. That is my preference, for sure. Now, like I said, I don't know if, oh, where did you go? Over here. Why are you moving around? What are you moving around to, and what are you doing? Excuse you. Anyway, I don't know if the soup will be done. I personally think it's going to take at least another hour. I'm not sticking around for that. But we will add the last two ingredients so that at least it's that much. Then I will post pictures of it on Facebook. And I'll tell you what I did. You know, in a lot of the pictures for the recipes, you know, they had parsley, chopped parsley and stuff like that on top. And I didn't have any fresh parsley, and I thought that's kind of silly. But when I cut the celery, you know how sometimes there's some of the stalks have almost like flowers, little leaves kind of sprouting from them, and I thought to myself, well, there's celery in the soup, and the parsley is just really just for looks, right? Just to be fancy. And so I took some of those little leaves and I chopped them up to put on the top of the soup. Because I thought, why not? Right? I mean, it can't possibly taste worse than parsley. Okay, it is coming. Yeah, this is going to take a while. They just lied about the timing. They just lied. Oh, a brick pizza oven. How fabulous would that be? Let me turn this. Oh, yeah, the timer's got 20 seconds. So let's turn that off and pull out and knife in it. Give it a whoosh. And not see that to be done. It looks like it's definitely going to need another minute. Can you hold on? Hold the laptop over there. What are you doing? Why are you stuck right there? Okay. Can you see it? That doesn't look like it's going to hurt anybody's feelings. I'll tell you that right now. It did say 30 to 35 minutes. So does somebody want to let me know when 5 minutes has passed? I'm going to keep manipulating this. And all that's left to go in here, we're going to put some Old Bay in there. And I'm not really a fan of Old Bay. I know that some people really like it. It's okay. It's, I don't know. And then all that we have left to do is the half and half / cream, the Worcestershire or our red wine, and our clams, and our Tabasco. That's it. That is it. No, I was raised to do that. That's how I was taught. today to check any of that. So let's go over here. Who's watching? Who's doing my timer? Probably Christina. Okay, come over here and sit down for a minute. The kitchen is actually a little bit warm in there. And we have a few minutes to chit-chat anyway. Right? Who's doing the timer for me? Yeah, in 15 minutes, I have to go and onboard a guide that lives in England. I have to get her familiar with the calendar, so I'll probably have to post these pictures. Yeah, Christina, I had a feeling it was you. I'll probably have to post the pictures of our creation of our clam chowder and a side of cornbread and maybe even a slice of the carrot cake, because that's why we made the carrot cake yesterday, right? So when your guests show up, you got the carrot cake, and you got the cornbread, and you got the clam chowder. Okay, but I was feeling I'm gonna have to post, post the pictures of the finished clam chowder, because I think there's honestly, through the magic of television, right, and a lot of assistants and stuff working on the TV show, yeah, you're gonna get through a recipe that might take you 45 minutes to prep, chop everything, put it together, and then it has to cook for an hour and a half in the stove, right? Yeah, you can do that in a 15-minute segment on TV, but we really can't do that. It's pretty hard to get from start to finish in an hour or an hour and a half. So we're going to do our best, because I think I've showed you the most important parts, right? We put together the cornbread, just have a few things to add to the clam chowder, and the cornbread will be out in just a few minutes, and then I'll just post pictures of the rest, because nobody wants to stay here for an hour and I can't. Okay, so this will be the last cooking installment for this month. I'll do 2 every month. Every month I'll do one that's a dessert and one that's more of an entree. Now, next month I actually will be doing another soup, but a much lighter soup. And I'm doing it for a special reason, because I have a special surprise guest who's going to come into the stream, who has a very surprise guest of their own. And so next month I will be making, for the dessert, on a Monday I will be doing, who remembers orange dreamsicles, or still eats them, right? Remember the orange dreamsicles, creamsicles? The vanilla ice cream in the center and the orange popsicle on the outside, right? I'm making orange dream creamsicle fudge. I've never made fudge, so that's going to be interesting. Christina says the 5 minutes are up, so let's go back in here and see what's going on. This is the times I really, really, really miss my gimbal, because when I have my gimbal, I do not have to carry a laptop around. Okay, let's take a look. That's the only thing I use that cutting board for, because wooden cutting boards, you can cut into them and bacteria get to them and smells linger on them. But I will use it for this. Still a little bit doughy. right in the center. Back in you're going to go. You're not done yet. Stop trying to fool me. It did rise up pretty high in the center. I will give it that. And starting to boil. Good. As I said, to show you the 4 ingredients that are left, you can see them. The wine, the Tabasco, the clams, and wine, Tabasco, clams, and half and half, heavy cream, half and half, to make it nice and good and thick and rich. And then we have those celery leaves to step in for the parsley. Wasn't that smart? Wasn't that smart to cut up those little celery leaves? But why am I going to buy parsley, some fresh parsley? No, no. May as well just go outside and pick a handful of grass. Okay. I'm going to, well, I think I'm going to, thank you, Sandy. I think I'm on this note, I'm going to get out of here so I can get ready to make a messenger call to that guy and Mario, Bonnie Old England. And I will post pictures of the finished product. I'm actually going to turn off because that cornbread doesn't have much left to cook. So I do sometimes so I don't forget. I turn the oven off while I leave whatever is still just finishing up in it. And that way, if I do somehow get distracted, it's not going to be a complete disaster. Okay? Thank you for joining me. Of course, tomorrow is, the True Crime live stream on the other channel. Next Tuesday is, of course, another positive affirmation Tuesday on this channel. And then next month, we'll be doing the orange creamsicle fudge and homemade faux. Okay, on that note, thank you for keeping me company in the kitchen. And I'll see you back here next month. Keep your eyes looking for the post later, and as well as the recipe link, because who wants this recipe? Yeah, I'm excited. I've never made homemade faux, so I'm excited to try it. Okay, and it doesn't look complicated. That we might actually get done. With that in an hour. And instead of trying to make homemade spring rolls, because I think that's a little too much, Walmart actually makes these shrimp spring rolls that are so good in the air fryer. So I'm just going to get some of those and some different sauces. Okay, thank you for keeping me company. Well, I'm in here cooking, and like I said, I'll post the recipes and the pictures soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.